Hi everyone, and welcome to Begin to Code with Mark. So as I said in yesterday's video, which we're finishing off on coding our tic-tac-toe app, I was interested in showing you what interview questions the company I work for is asking candidates in 2021. They're really quite simple questions, but it's surprising how many people struggle on these. And don't end up getting a job with us. But those who pass them do get a job, and they tend to be really, really good people. But the questions are simple, and I think even after watching a couple of videos on Begin to Code, you'll have some idea of how to start to tackle them. I'm not going to give you the answers today. I'll give them in some follow-up videos, or maybe we'll work through some more examples on how to address them. But these are the questions we're asking in 2021 in our C# technical interviews, in order to see if candidates can talk the talk as well as walk the walk. Okay, question 1. Implement the following function. Void, it's a void called reverse, and it takes an integer array called data. We're passing in 1, 99, 6, 15, 29 and 11, and we want them to write a function which returns the results in reverse order, so 11, 29, 15, 6, 99 and 1. It is surprising how many people struggle with this. There's many ways, always, to do things. After looking, like I said earlier, at some of the apps we've already built on the channel, you could probably think how we could take arrays, loop and sort through things. But we want to make sure that the candidate is thinking logically how to tackle problems and efficiently. So there's only 6 elements of this array, or 6 data points in this array, but what's the most efficient way of approaching the problem? And these are the guys who end up getting the jobs. So that's question 1. Okay, question 2 is implement the substring function below. So this updates a substring function where we're looking to read from test and return different letters, or whether exceptions are going to be thrown, and how it handles the error. So the word is going in is test, and we're looking for how they read it and how they count through letters, and really how they protect the code, because it's quite easy to read this word and return the number of letters. But what's more interestingly is what happens if it breaks, and does their code just fall over, or do they handle exceptions in their code? That's really what we're looking for when people approach this problem. Okay, question 3. We pass a class called employee to the candidate, and we've uploaded this various data into the employee array, and we ask them how to retrieve based on whether the employee is in team A, whether they have the skill set C#, based on their employee ID, any queries around the data, or multiple queries around the data. We're looking at how they can use the data, retrieve the data, and question the data. And our final question is find all the coding mistakes and correct them. So we've written some very basic code. So we have a class called triangle, we have a class called circle, and we have a void main program which is using triangle and circle with some logic. So we're asking the candidates to look at the code that we've written and supply to them, and tell us what is wrong with it. This code is not perfect. There is mistakes, and there's things that they can correct through it. Not very many, but there is certainly things that are wrong here, and how would they correct it. So it's surprising. Those are all the questions that technically we ask candidates. So we tend to interview, or the developers at the company tend to interview over something like Teams or Zoom, and so we tell the candidates to prepare for a technical interview, and maybe they'll have to demonstrate us. So on the first question, they'd have to demonstrate how to build that function to reverse the array, and that's the kind of thing we're asking people. And if they can do it, it means that they stand a very good chance of getting the job. So they're really simple questions, but it's amazing how many of these developers who have got all this experience can't answer it, and we get the impression that they're Googling Stack Overflow and looking to cut and paste code. We don't want to employ people who cut and paste code. We want to employ people who understand their code and understand the logic and can implement it and can troubleshoot and can build and develop things for us. So these are the measuring sticks that we use. So outside of this, and we'll come back to some answers in a future video of the things we're looking for, but please have a think through how you would tackle some of these problems. Tomorrow's video will be tidying up our tic-tac-toe app. We know we have some repeated code in there, so it needs tidying, commenting, and making nice and slick. And then we will move on in the next video after that to something else, right? Begin to code. We can do anything. So like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you all soon. Bye for now.